1994, when everybody was learning about the World Wide Web and that whole new world, and people were trying to decide, well, do I really need a website? Maybe, maybe not. And quite frankly, today, if you are a business and you don't have a website, then there's something wrong. Well, that whole period was a 2 to 3 year, 4 year, maybe even 5 year before businesses started to discover that they really needed to have a website. Today, that's happening at breakneck speeds.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, go on. This is getting interesting.
But the challenge is that businesses really don't think that this applies to them. But, I'm here to tell you that it sure does, because some of these statistics that I'm about to rattle off will just dumbfound you. All right. There's about 1.5 billion Internet users out there, and there's almost 6 billion cell phones. There's just approaching 1 billion smartphones. So there's almost a one-to-one relationship now between smartphones and actual Internet users. In fact, the page views of Internet via a smart device in the U.S. is about 25%. So about 25% of the U.S. is viewing the Internet from a smart device alone, not a PC.
I see
Holy
that.
Holy moly.
Everybody's got their phone in their face everywhere you go. Instead of talking to each other face to face, they're both eating dinner or somewhere, staring at their phone, and maybe look up to each other and talk once in a while.
It's funny that you should mention that. I heard something recently that I haven't seen the actual medical publication of this, but it makes sense that when your phone rings or when it vibrates or when it tells you there's a message, it actually releases serotonin in your brain. So that's why people are addicted to these devices.
I heard that on the news, too.
Unbelievable.
Yep. Now, this is expected to be probably a $40 to $60 billion market in just a couple of years. So businesses that don't have an application right now on a smart device, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Mm-hmm. When doing it. And how did you actually get involved with this?
Well, I went out and I found a company that's developed this phenomenal technology that we could partner with. And what this does is it allows businesses to very easily get an app on the iTunes or the Android marketplace that extends the reach of their business and allows them to market themselves better. So if you're a business and in a unique industry, say, then somebody can be looking up and on the iTunes marketplace, the Android marketplace, and find you and download the app for free. And it gives you a one-to-one connection with your customers, your clients, your constituents. So whether you're a restaurant or a realtor or a business or a group or a church or a school, as long as you have people out there that you need to keep in touch with, that you need to communicate with, this is a great vehicle for doing that.
And it's probably a lot, well, this is going to sound silly even for me saying this, but it's probably a lot faster working instead of just picking up your cell phone and calling somebody over that phone. What are the numbers? How fast can it go that way?
What do you mean?
Well, like we were talking before, it'd be kind of fun to have a contest with somebody sitting in front of their computer, emailing somebody, and somebody with one of the phones where they can just zip right through it.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, there's this technology within the app marketplace when you develop an app called push technology. And in essence, what it is it's the ability to push out a message to anybody that owns your application, has your application downloaded on their device. So as a result, you could say, if you're a restaurant, you could say, hey, we're having 2-for-1 margaritas on Friday night, and shoot that message out. And every single person that has the device with that application on it is essentially going to get a text message from you, and they're going to respond just as quickly as they would from their husband or their wife or their boyfriend or girlfriend or their kids.
As opposed to if somebody was texting that message, most cell phones have a limit of how many people can get that.
Exactly. Yep. This is going to go out to every single device that's downloaded that.
Wow.
That is so cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
We still have to teach Bev how to text message.
Yes. What a way to gossip with people. Holy Toledo. We could be sitting in a restaurant, all of us ladies having lunch, and see something, and we want to say an insult, but instead of saying it where nobody overhears it, we can just get this right on that phone. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
See, that's what we're already doing. He's talking about business information that goes out to thousands, millions, whoever.
That's
how
exactly
many people.
right. That's
well,
exactly right.
I was going to get to that, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
the really cool thing about this is it uses the inherent capabilities of the device. For example, the GPS capabilities. So a business could say, hey, we're going to have a buyer loyalty program where your typical buyer loyalty program would be buy 10 sandwiches, get the 11th one for free, or come in 10 times and get your next meal at half off or something like that. Well, this can use the GPS technology of the device to automatically trigger that visit so that the customer comes in 10 times and then on 11th time it unlocks that coupon.
Oh, that is so cool.
People are doing that right now with coupons.
Uh-huh.
You can either print it out off your computer or there's a... I don't know the technology yet because I have a dumb phone, but you can have that scanned into your phone and then you just show them.
Yep. That's correct. And there's another technology called QR coupons or QR codes, which are those funny little square barcodes that contain information in them.
But they don't look like your typical barcode. They're the ones that's a squiggly line.
A lot of little dots in them.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a little like 1 by 1 inch square.
Exactly. I've seen those.
And that contains information in it. And these applications can scan those barcodes, and it can trigger coupons or download information or share information with the clients and the patrons.
Now, I have a question. This is devil's advocate time.
Okay.
I just recently, heard some stuff about this, about how all these apps and everything, people know every move you're making, or basically, because of that GPS technology, they know everything about you, whether you want them to or not.
Well,
what do you say? Tell me about this.
I don't know about that, but the thing that's cool about the technology that we're talking about is that as a business owner, you can actually track how many people have downloaded this application.
True.
So you can have true visibility into what's your customer base and what's the volume of people that are adopting this application out there. So, but, at the end of the day...
But then you got to add more, because then there's those of us that don't have that and still have to go to the website.
You always have to have a multifaceted marketing program. Yeah, absolutely.
There's always a catch somewhere, isn't there? You know what I mean? And when somebody gets this, and another question, what is the radius? It could go anywhere in the world, anywhere through the United States, or is there, like when you have a cell phone and you have to be in a certain radius because of the towers. What about this thing?
Okay. So this capability is actually talking to a location where this program resides. So you would have to have a cell signal in order to, and as is the case with most applications that are downloaded on the iPhones and Android devices. So you would have to have either a wireless connection or a cell connection at the time in order to take advantage of all these great features.
It's amazing. And what do you see in your crystal ball for the future since we have this? You have an idea what's going to be next?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, there's the features that are being released, is changing daily, literally. And the capabilities that are going to exist tomorrow, I mean, there's going to be all kinds of things, whether it's taking video of your wonderful filet mignon and sharing that with everybody else that has, the device or has the application for that restaurant, or, maybe it's the fact that the devices are going to become smaller and you're going to be able to view menu information on your watch at some point.
On your watch?
Sure. Yeah, there was a smart device just released at CES in January, which is a smart device on your watch.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Holy moly!
It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Boy, some people that don't wear watches would really be in trouble, wouldn't they?
I still don't wear a watch.
That's why.
As soon as cell phones came out, I no longer needed a watch.
Uh-huh.
It's right there on the screen.
That is too funny. And then also earlier, Jeff, when you and I and Diane were talking, and I asked you, more about this. And Apple now is one of the big boys that are doing this, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we really have to thank Steve Jobs and the vision that he had with relative to the iPad, and that really led the charge. And then Google now has actually passed up Apple in terms of the number of applications and the number of devices that are out there. So Google with the Android operating system is moving very fast. So between those two players, I mean, we really have a lot of this innovation to thank. And Microsoft actually has just released some very, very unique devices as well, smart devices. So believe it or not, Microsoft is in third place in this world.
Not bad.
But not for long, I don't think. I think I've heard really good things about the Microsoft devices.
They're moving on up, huh?
Moving on up, yeah.
Moving on up. Remember that show, Moving On Up? We have to play that music for them. And now, how could somebody contact you to get one of these? Well, what do they have to do?
Now, you guys make custom apps for
custom
each
application. Every business has their own custom application. And the thing that's really neat is that not only is it very quick to market, so you could have an app on the Android marketplace in about a week and on the Apple iTunes store in about 2 weeks. But it's very affordable. And the really unique aspect is from a standpoint of you managing the dynamic information, or the information that's changing on a daily basis, whether it's the messages you're sending out or your menu or special items or the coupons you're offering, the back-end system is very intuitive and easy to use. So if you know how to navigate the Internet, you can manage your mobile app.
Okay, so is this different than a website where your web creator has all the control?
Exactly, you got it. It's very different. You have all the control. Once it's live,
That's
you
nice.
are in control.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that way better.
Yeah.
It's an important differentiator, too, because, quite frankly, anybody out there could go to a custom developer and have a web app or a mobile app developed for their business. But, just like what you said about your web developer having the keys to change all that information, then you got to go back and, pay the piper again and again anytime you want to change any of that information on your mobile app. Well, that isn't the case here.
I'm going to ask you, how does the cost, I mean, I realize it's all, major business stuff. It could get pretty costly, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you were a business and you went out to do this on your own, you'd be lucky if you could spend less than $5,000. Most businesses spend in excess of $10,000 to have an application developed for their business.
But then where you justify it by how far you can reach.
Exactly, yeah, and the constant contact with your constituents. And ours are much, just a fraction of that cost.
And so
That's
they just
nice.
have to call you and set up a time with you and have a sit down and figure it out, huh?
We can do a presentation over the Internet. We can come out to their business and work with them one-on-one. Either way works for us. And they could give us a call at 800-779-8841, extension 3, or email Jeff at get-smartapps.com.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
That is way cool. And then earlier when we were talking to Randy, now Valentine's Day is coming up. If a husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, wanted to get hold of you to get one of these, how fast after they have a sit-down with you does it take to get something moving?
Oh, we could typically have something finished inside of the week.
That quick?
Nice.
Yep.
So that would be a pretty amazing gift to help their business expand and improve.
Yeah, it would be a phenomenal gift for a wife to give a husband for a business that owns a business. I mean, these small